1,390 million people will live in Africa by the end of 2022. If you look at the population projection in Africa, we are in 2020 with approximately 1,400 million. In 2040, it will be 2,070 million, and in 2060, it will be 2,900 million. And what is very obvious is that the population in Africa is the youngest median of all continents. So the question is there such a high population a problem? And I tell you, no, it is not a problem. Many young people are an opportunity for your future. Because young people are a blessing, because they make a market, and Africa is the biggest market of the world. Just look a little bit on the education side. If you have 1,350 million people in Africa and 770 million, so this is 58, or let's say nearly 60% are less than 24 years old. And 240 million out of them are in education. This is close to 20%. And we get every year 60 million new students. So only for the education you have a real demand. But then look, that education is the key for prosperity. Why it is like this? Because a growing population needs jobs and food. And food raises a demand in agriculture. But this demand requires high efficiency. You cannot just go on with the agriculture as you did 2,000 years ago. You have to have a high performance agriculture. And this efficiency requires people who are well educated. And educated people, they are the ones who create innovation. And innovation is what in turn creates jobs. So the need for the coming decade is quite clear. A growing population needs education and work. It needs alimentation. So we have to look into agriculture, nature and wildlife. And we have to protect our environment and integrate it. When you build startups, these are the young people who create the innovation. But they need incubators and collaboration. And they need professional investor relationship for their funding. And all this is held together by governments. And governments, they need also guidance on the trends and the country development. They need research and expertise on upcoming trends, and they need assistance in evaluating investment proposals. The future is for sure in the digital education, because the digital native, how our young people are now, they will shape the future. We cannot imagine one day without the internet. Smartphones became an intimate companion now. We get really depressed if the smartphone is not working for 10 minutes. And when we need information, we Google it. So we use already artificial intelligence every day. And the world economy could not cope with COVID-19 if there were not digital technology. Only those who are at the final frontier of computing technology, they will succeed. And you can have a look at India. They are a role model for all the emerging nations. They have also such a high population, which is now more or less at level with Africa. But they are now the leaders in computer technology and artificial intelligence. So take them as your role model. So the future of Africa's nations lies in investing in Industries 4.0. Industries 4.0 is the word that we use for this. And it just stands for technology for improving agriculture, for technology to protect the environment, technology to create smart mobility, technology that allows us a sustainable tourism, technologies that lets us build smart cities and smart living, technology that lets us be very cautious with our energy. We call it smart energy, and the technology that is used to improve education and science. So Industries 4.0 is innovation. And what is Industries 4.0? Well, it applies artificial intelligence in businesses, and it makes use of the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is just a word that now everything that is electronically driven has a computer built in and can communicate with the Internet. Be it a small watch, be it a smartphone, or is it a big vessel that flies to the moon? So the promise is Industries 4.0 adopts to the need of Africa. Industries 4.0 makes nations autonomous. Industries 4.0 is a great field for startups, and Industry 4.0 is a chance for the poor. So investing in Industries 4.0 and technology education is the opportunity for Africa's nation to become a leading player to the world. And just think, if you would not do it, see what you miss if you would not have artificial intelligence already. There is no search engine, there is no navigation systems, there is no smartphones. Voice and face recognition is now standard just when you open your smartphone. Platform economies like Uber, they are based on artificial intelligence. Amazon, they make heavily use of artificial intelligence. And now you find everywhere this robotic process automation. When you talk to a computer, the computer really understands it. And if you talk to Alexa, then Alexa, that is just fun. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, they make use of the power of machines to do things faster and better. AI is still software, and it does many things very well what humans do not want to do, like a number crunching or the systematic search of loads of data. We call it in the end machine learning. Artificial intelligence is yet still only a tool for a human brain, like a plow is a farmer's tool. And many people will say, okay, if we invest in technology and now get everywhere robots and rovers out there and drones, then the people will not have a job. Well, no, the jobs will go to a different level, because every digital transformation creates a tremendous amount of jobs. In telecommunication, as a network engineer, for mechatronics, these are electronic engineers who have mechanical skills. For building the Internet of Things, for going into cybersecurity and cyber safety, for building a blockchain, for design thinking, cyber marketing, big data analysis, communication, deep learning, robotics, training, policy making, smart cities, smart living, law and justice, copyrights, holistic project management is also a job that we will need when we have technology in our world. So we will find technology to build smart cities, mobility and transportation. We will find it in cyber tourism. There's a big chance for Africa in a new form of tourism. We will use artificial intelligence and Industries 4.0 in interactive learning. The best use of Industries 4.0 for Africa is in agriculture. We call this Agriculture 4.0, and it uses technology because technology makes food production more efficient. Technology brings more employment, and Agriculture 4.0, it's using modern artificial intelligence technology to achieve a more efficient farming while protecting the environment. And Agriculture 4.0 will give African startups a unique opportunity of this century to excel and to achieve the same results like the former privileged countries of the North. Examples for Let's have a look on some nowadays already existing use cases of Agriculture 4.0, because computers are now an absolute standard in agriculture. So we look here at the ubiquitous drones that are observing, supervising fields, and they will take the data and merge them with the internet. So the farmer will be the captain in the cockpit, while the work is done by specialized cyber-physical systems like those drones, like rovers and robo vehicles. And they make decisions based on the data they have measured locally, and they then merge the data with information that they take in real time from the internet. So they basically Google their own information autonomously, merge them with their own findings, and then they make decisions right away. A typical use case is, instead of doing the manual seeding, which is still common practice in Africa, that will be replaced by machines that do very, very precise seeding. So they keep the right distance, they put it into the right depth into the soil, and they put the right amount of fertilizer on top of it. So that is a way how artificial intelligence is used in Agriculture 4.0, and there is definitely a word for this, and the word is precision agriculture. A very nice application are these robot swarms, or these rovers built by the agriculture company Fendt. They are using a base station, and you see these little robots. They leave the base station, then they go around, and then do the plowing, but they can do also the fertilizing, they can do all the measurements, they can do the pollination, the pest control. That is what they can do, and this is just an idea of what already exists, and it's now the challenge for the young generation in Africa to find solutions for the future on their own, to make something which is much, much better, more creative, as what we see right here. So Agriculture 4.0 is for the young people, because young people want to learn technology. They don't want to work on a farm, but they will be happy if they can be a computer engineer and design new computer technology, build rovers, build new drones or other inventions. And then they give them a remote control, and then the machine does the hard work for them, not even faster and better, but it also gives the young people feeling of having done something that is oriented to the future. Is still a need for people who do a farm work, but the robots can help with hard manual work, and the robots do the precision farming and increase the harvest. And the young people, they are then there who can program the robots. The young computer specialists use their brain to invent artificial intelligence solutions for a good, sustainable farming. So Agriculture 4.0 is definitely the answer to the challenges of the people-rich countries. Agriculture 4.0 helps improving alimentation, protecting nature, and it helps creating jobs. For the youth, applying digital technology in the fields and in the farms gives a rising number of young people a perspective of alimentation and unlimited opportunities of employment and a prospect for wealth. And we're using the digitalization, the digital technology as the key for better alimentation of this growing population. We use the digital technology to protect our environment, the nature better, and to improve the health care for everybody. So in the end, we will see a better living. And when it comes to the climate change, the technology is maybe one of the root causes for the climate change, but now the technology is also the solution. We will need technology to stop the global warming. There is no other way, and the fast changing climate is the challenge of the century. Good education in digital technologies are the answers to transform climate change from a menace into an opportunity. Whatever we do, there will be a change, and you are the change. So sometimes your dreams is what we ask for. Dreams are often wiser than a plan. So thank you very much for listening to me. Merci beaucoup. And if you have any further questions, well, it's quite clear. Drop them to me, and I will do my very best to give you the answers. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.